Good evening and welcome all of you to this wonderful session. I know that any one of you are not here today to listen to my voice. The reason all of you are here tonight is to listen to Jing's voice and her story. But we believe the depth of the Jing speech will be lined within an introduction. So, who is Jin Chen? Jin is a Chinese citizen. She is an entrepreneur in China under whom around 1,000 employees work. Not stopping by there, she's a recognized writer whose book on emotional intelligence has become a considerably selling book in China. Above all, she is an unstoppable fighter in life. Now, knowing with our guest speaker tonight is, I would like to mention here the intention of organizing this session in collaboration of Ceylon Youth Movement and Lions Club of Polpitikama Community Empowerment. Commonly, what we have read or heard about entrepreneurs is either in a European style or in an American style. It is in a very limited scope. We have received the knowledge from Chinese or Asian entrepreneurs as Sri Lankans. Jing being such a Chinese entrepreneur, we thought that there should be a considerable amount of life tactics that can be utilized by Sri Lankan youth and entrepreneurs from Jing's life, who has made giving up not as a choice in her life. This thought is the reason why we are bringing this event tonight to all of you. Throughout the session, other than Jing, you will be seeing another face. She is Kaushalya Herat, one of the closest friends of Jing at University of Dundee, Scotland. She's the person who introduced Jing to us, and she will be acting as the English to English translator to Jing throughout today's session. Without wasting much time, let's open up flow to the Jing. Don't look at the facts in her story, in her perspective, but listen to it, stepping yourselves to the shoes of her. Hence, this will not be another motivational speech to you and me. Let's grab the golden tips she shares with us tonight without missing even a single portion. Dear Jing, the spotlight is on you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Jing. I will introduce myself briefly. I'm a PhD student in education at the University of Dundee. I'm also a shareholder in 3 companies in China. So thanks my friend who Kosh invited me to share my story. My presentation will last 30 minutes. Today, my topic is never give up on yourself. This is the outline of my presentation. There are 3 parts to my talk today: my childhood, my company, and my PhD life. Okay, first, my childhood. This is my hometown. I think the location of the red dot is my hometown. I was born in a small village in the northeast of China. My parents had 4 children. My family was very poor, and the only way we could change our fate to go to the university and go to the big city. I will tell you a story about my sister and I to demonstrate to you about how poor I was. When my sister and I were in the high school, we wore uniform Monday to Friday. We only had one outfit that looked good enough to meet our friends at the weekend. I stayed at home if my sister went to see a friend. If I wanted to see my friend, my sister stayed at home. We start hard and then we went to the university. When I was a university student and graduate, I did a lot of part-time jobs, such as supermarket sales, store seller, tutor, and so on. When I graduated from the university, my university recommended me to a public school. However, as recently graduate, my income was very low. I will show my hometown other pictures. It's like this one. This is my hometown. So my biggest ambitions was to buy an apartment for my parents. One day in the future, I'm confident I can do that because my parents and my family has been living in such as a dilapidated factory house. Then move to my next, yeah. I work hard and then I had the opportunity to go to the big city. I went to Beijing, the capital of China. When I arrived in Beijing, my original plan was to continue my study in the university in Beijing. But I slowly look for the opportunity, and shortly after I arrived in Beijing, I saw the internet that my currently business partner was looking for some like-minded people to join his study of family education. So I sent out my CV and I joined his project. Next, I will give you a briefly introduction of my company's projects and show you some pictures in this process. I will share some my entrepreneurial experience. First, I want to show you a picture about our annual meeting. There are our employers and project partner. Look at the photo at the top of the page. Every year we organize an annual conference like this. I will show you a video. This video you can see we took the photo. Can you see that? It's all of person is our employer and project partner. Okay. And then that is my business. My main business is training the kindergarten staff. We worked with more than 2,000 kindergarten in China. It's like covered all of China province. And the second is the preschool teacher college. We can operate with the South Korea college. And another is can operate with Beijing Normal University. That is part-time postgraduate master PhD, but now project is closed. And another is can operating with Northeast Normal University, part-time. One is for the master, project is closed. And another one is college student entrepreneurship project. That is a public welfare to help college students to study their own business. Another one is overseas short-term study program. We went to South Korea, Japan, Finland, the United States, France, Germany, Australia, Italy, and so on. I think if without the pandemic, maybe we will go to UK in the future. Who knows? Okay, let's move to other. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Oh, this pictures is like my organization, office, supermarket, cafeteria, and the gym. I really want to introduce now I'm going to focus on the supermarket in the upper right. Our supermarket is open 24 hours a day, and there is no staff there. If our students and staff want to buy something, they scan the QR code to pay. We trust them. This is also our culture. We believe in our employers and our students. Let's move other one. Okay, this is also our office, some like the meeting room. Okay, oh, this is the college. We cooperate with the South Korea College. This is located in Anhui province. Yeah, this is like we training the students. After that, they this is the classroom, and that is students after the lesson eat something. Okay, this. Okay, share some interesting thing. Like talk about why I make the decision to do a business. First, I really need to earn money. I said I was very poor when I was young. Second is I like to challenge myself. The third is I'm eager to share what I think to help is helpful to humility to more people. My business partner told me that this project was new, that we were going to development a series of course to help parents do a good job at home. Parents are children's first teacher. Parents has an important influence on the growth of children. If this project is successful, we will help a lot of parents. But the risk with this program is that when we develop the curriculum, parents may think they don't need to engage. Okay. He told me, if you want to do this project together with me, you need to overcome some challenge. The first one, during the course development phase, we have no money. So, and we did not have any time off. We probably worked every waking hours of a day, but it's our own project, which means last for 2 or 3 years. And second, after the courses is developed, we are responsible for sales and we should find the clients ourselves. And the third, the worst case would be that after years of research and development, the project will fail. I recognized and accepted this. Therefore, I joined this project. At the same time, I was very grateful my good friend, a girl who has helped me a lot financially. You know, in Beijing, it is very expensive to rent a house. I occasionally slept in the office. Most of the time, I went to my friend's house. She shared her single bed with me. Sometimes I think we do meet some great people in our lives. I also want to be a person who can help others. And about my experience, I think entrepreneurship is a game for the real. Another thing is the first thing entrepreneurs think about is not how much money they will make, but what value they bring to others. The third thing, entrepreneurs need a strong heart. As an operator, we kinds of challenge every day, and much effort is needed to find a good solution. Therefore, a strong heart is very important. Okay, so I will share others. I think this one, I hope you like this one. My thought on open a company. First, choose an industry you love. It is important to choose an industry you love from the many possible options. If there is passion, then the venture is likely to fail. And the power behind the career development. Entrepreneurs face a variety of difficulties on their journey and must be committed to be industry of choice. The second one, lifelong learning and growth. It is important to source more information and resource for different channels. And channels and improve our ability to perceive the market thoughts continues to grow. Even if many entrepreneurs have gone through systematic learning before start a business, they will find that they still need to learn a lot about about the practical operations, and the more they learn, the more they find that they need to learn even more. I know a kindergarten teacher who brought money from relatives and friends to open a kindergarten. Only running it herself, did she find that she knew nothing. Facing analysis, she was unwilling to learn and to change and grow. Money is necessary for start a company, but not the only necessary condition for start a good company. And another one is choose the bond positioning of company name. As the saying goes, do the right thing with the right person. Choose the right industry, and even choosing the right company name are more important than we think. Many people don't have a long-term vision. If at the beginning of the bond image and development, the target positioning is too small or too low, the venture may not work. Even the company name is very important. When companies get to a certain size, they may find that their DNA is meant to keep them small. Long-term consideration and macro thinking are important for future positioning and the long-term growth. When we do things, don't do things with low ceilings. If we really want to do a big thing, we should choose things with interfaith ceilings. As long as we are willing to work hard, the ceilings will be interfaithly higher. And then is set up the organizational structure of the company. Establish a legal organizational structure from the beginning, such as independent funding or partnership, can help avoid risk that the company may face after operating. The company should understand the relevant laws and the regulation in the industry, and understand the advantage and the disadvantage of different structures. The choose appropriate organizational structure, and then formulate the corresponding entrepreneur's plan. If you don't do this, you may make some silly mistake. Partnership start in business is very common now, but if entrepreneurs does not know what joint stock system is specific, how to divide the rights and interests of shareholders, stock operate and divestment front may be enemy if there are conflicts of interest in the future. And assess your budget. It is very important for entrepreneurs to plan budgets in advance. Running a business requires sufficient working capital. Interpreters need to prepare an annual budget to figure out the expenses needed to rent on the business. Income and the expenditure should be relatively balanced. Forward budget plan is essential to ensure the start-up of the actual operation. And then to the suit office address. You know, my company changed, I think, more than 3 times the address. The rent of operation space generally accounts for large proportion of the operating cost of enterprise, and the founders should take the character of customers into consideration when choosing a set. Some industries have requirements for business venture, while others don't. While others also consider the location of the set, the term of the lease, and your own ability to pay and the rent and its frequency. Just as a recent year, the pandemic had a huge impact of business. It is important to ensure financial cushion to cover rent should and impact problem areas. And another one is raise sufficient funds. Entrepreneurs need to have enough money to survive the different startup period. This average company may not make money in the first year. So as entrepreneurs, you need to be aware and prepared. When you start a business, you may find that you will spend more than double your budget, which meaning if you budgeted 1 million to do something, you really need 2 million to do it. You may fail. The main reason is that in real business, there are too many and expect that if you run out of money halfway through, the result will be obvious. So the last one is company regulates sorry, I can't pronounce it. Sorry. The founders are required to understand various business regulation and government regulation and supervision of the industry before opening, and then they should complete the company regulation. So that is my experience about the company, how to like open a company. I think I hope some type are helpful. I always say we should not only listen to listen to the success, also listen to how others have faced failure. Okay, let's move next one. Now I will share my PhD life, why I made a decision to do a PhD. The first one is my doctoral research project is like coincided with my development of my organization. The second, look for business opportunity. When I first came to UK, I was going to work with some university on the 2+2 project because we have our own private college. I also planned to open an international kindergarten in UK. The third reason is improve myself. I had participated in many short-term overseas study programs, and I found that I need an interpreter every time, which made me feel humiliated and uncomfortable. So that is the reason. For my PhD experience, it's like just a process, not the whole of the life. But now, I mean, so let's talk about my PhD experience. Yes. And don't say you can't. Almost everyone think they can't do a PhD and then they get it done. So whether it is starting a business or getting a PhD, it sounds hard, but this is like eating elephants. Of course, it is just a metaphor. If you look at the whole elephants, we can't imagine eating it. But by taking a few steps every day, we could carry out it before we know it. My point is, if you really want to do something, believe yourself, you can do it. And next, I will move to my book. Yeah, my book. I like this one. Why did I publish a book? I think the first reason is that it's my research project, and it's my PhD project is talk about the children emotional intelligence and also talk about the family education. So I read a lot of reference. I think I need to write something. Another is like self-worth. I really want to challenge myself. I want to try something. The third time at home, finding something to do and to setting my mind. That is the word and the published time. And and also now I think I have already sold 13,000 copies. Yes, I believe the pandemic has changed the life and the hobby of some people. In the first year of the pandemic, most of my business was shut down. We were looking for different way to break through. For example, we recording online classes, and I tried to record some classes myself, but I was almost a failure. I was also looking for a breakthrough when I wrote a book, because my personally trained over 3,000 nursery staff before I came to UK. Most of the students still recognize some of my education ideas. So therefore, I think I will get their support when I write a book. The happy thing is that about 5,000 copies of the book were sold within a month of publication. As the seller person, we all know that at the beginning, our sales are basic on resource we already have, so it is easy. But in the future, it's going to be harder and harder to sell. Therefore, if you want to sell more in the future, the quality and the reputation of the product itself must be very good. Fortunately, the book had been published for nearly a year and sell about 13,000 copies. It also slowed some of my financial difficulty. Also, sales are tiny in relation to running the huge company. Getting some money is better than none. And the next part, I want to this one, my hobby. So coach always said, "Dear, you have a lot of hobby. Why just talk about this one?" I said, "Okay, because it's totally it's like presentation. I want to share something." you know. I don't want to explain that. So my hobby and the social activities. My hobby first is travel. Every time I travel, I'm exposed to new things and opportunities are more likely to succeed in a challenging environment. This is why I want to travel. Another, the internet. It keeps me up to date and in touch with these times. The third one is read, useless book. Look at the keyword, useless book. I like to read the books that seems to be of little help to my work and studies. For example, sometimes I read the book on fashion, science, technology, which can enrich my knowledge bases and make it easy for me to find topics and discuss with strangers. So this is the reason. And another one is some fun sports such as swimming and walking and so on, a lot. Okay, let's move that. This is interesting. This is my social activities. I want to be a volunteer. As a volunteer, also join some club and also organize the volunteer activities. I will show you maybe 2 small videos. This one, I said the college. It's Chinese. Sorry, this is the Chinese. That is like we help the college students to open their own business. So this is college students. Okay. Oh, sorry. And another one is like we went to the nursery and we did the lecture for them and we played with the children. We show another is video. Sorry. This one. This one you can see the name. This one is we have been organizing for 5 years in a row. It is called Hundreds of Cities, Thousands of Kindergartens, Tens of Thousands of Youth Public Benefit Lectures. So first, maybe I will show some videos and you can know that. I just quickly to, yeah. 中国家庭教育案例型一路走，一路讲，一路游，并在研究城市开展家庭教育公益讲座。讲座内容围绕家庭教育、儿童情商等相关话题，把家庭教育指导服务工作、家长。Oh, sorry. Oh my God. 万里行。
在不同的空间做着同样的事情，影响。
It's like we do by ourselves for a month and give lectures on family education to schools for the public benefit. We had a term of several hundred people, and we look different routes every year. And in these 5 years, we almost covered the whole of the China. All of our staff are volunteers, as well as including nursery manager and teachers. And then I almost finished. This is my feeling. The fairest thing in the world is time. I think every people have the 24-hour every day. So how to use the time? That is really fair. Another is not all work hard pays off, but no work hard certainly doesn't pay off. The third is control the thing you, it's like control something that you could. Don't think too much something that you couldn't control. And the last page, I think, some advice. If you had a dream and you wanted to do it. Sometimes there is no need to think too much, just do it. Don't give up earlier. Sometimes you need to hold on. And then the last page is my email. Thanks for your listening. Thanks. Okay. Can I stop the share? This one. Stop that. Thank you, Josh.
අපි මේ විහිළුවට කියන එකක් තමයි මේ ඉංග්‍රීසියට ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරනවා කියලා. මොකද මම නිතරම ඉන්ටර්ප්‍රීට් කරන නිසා. ඉතින් ජින් අද එයාගේ කතාව කිව්වා. ඉතින් එයාගේ කතාවේ ගොඩක් දේවල් එයාගේ නිහතමානීකම නිසා කියන්නේ නැති වෙච්ච දේවලුත් තියෙනවා. එයාගේ එක සැරයක් මගේ මිතුරෙක් ඇහුවාම ජින්ගේ වයස කීයද කියලා. එයා මම හරියටම දැනගෙන හිටියේ නෑ මම වයස කියන එක හරිද නැද්ද කියලා. ඒතකොට ජින් කිව්වා මේ මගේ වයස තමයි වයස කියන එක මේ මං ජීවත් වෙච්ච අවුරුදු ගාන තමයි මම කියන පුද්ගලයාව නිර්මාණය කරේ. ඒ නිසා වයස කියන්නේ මගේ කතාව සම්පූර්ණ කරන තව එක දෙයක් කියලා. ඉතින් ජින් කිව්වා වගේ යා අර චීනය කියන්නේ ලොකු රටක්නේ. එතකොට ඒ රටෙත් හැමතැනම එක වගේ සංවර්ධනය වෙලා නැහැ. ඉතින් එයා එන්නේ චීනයේ උඩම තියෙන ඊටාම සීතල ඊටාම දුෂ්කර පැත්තකින්. එතකොට එයාගේ ගම කොච්චර දුෂ්කරද කියනවා නම් චීනයේ තියෙනවනේ එක පවුලකට පුළුවන් එක ළමයෙක් විතරයි හදන්න පුළුවන් කියලා ප්‍රතිපත්තියක් තිබුණානේ. ඒ රජයේ තිබුණේ ප්‍රතිපත්තියවත් අඩුමතරමේ අය ගමට අදාළ වෙලා නැහැ. එයාගේ පවුලේ සහෝදර සහෝදරියෝ 3 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. ඉතින් එයා පුංචි කාලේ දරුණු අසනීපයක් නිසා එයාගේ පාසල් ගමන පමා වෙලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට එයාගේ අක්කා තාමත් ඒ අසනීපය නිසා දුර්වල තත්වයක ඉන්නේ. එතකොට ජින්ටත් එයාගේ විවිධ ශාරීරික අපහසුකම් තිබුණත් එයා කවදාවත් ඒව තමන්ගේ වැඩවලට එක්ස්කියුස් එකක් විදිහට එහෙම නැත්නම් ඒ වැඩ නොකර ඉන්න හේතුවක් විදිහට පාවිච්චි කරලා නැහැ. එයා ඒවටත් ඇත්තටම තමන්ගේ ශාරීරික ආබාධ වලට උනත් එයා hina වෙන කෙනෙක්. ඉතින් එතකොට ජින් කියන්නේ මේ අපේ ඩන්ඩිවල මම දන්න විදිහට ගොඩක් අය එයාව මුණ ගැහෙන්න කැමතියි. මොකද හැමෝම කියන්නේ හරි මිත්‍රශීලී කෙනෙක් කියලා. එතකොට එයාගේ අදටත් එයාගේ දෙමව්පියන් ආරක්ෂා වෙන්නේ එයා හම්බ කරලා යවන මුදල් වලින්. එයා PhD එකක් කරන ගමන් කිෂ් මුලින් කිව්වා වගේ සේවකයන් 1000ක් පමණ ඉන්න ආයතනයක් පවත්වාගෙන යනවා. කොරෝනා සහ චීනයේ ප්‍රතිපත්ති වෙනස් වීමත් එක්ක එයාගේ ආයතනයෙන් ලැබෙන ආදායම අඩු වුණාට පස්සේ එයාගේ PhD එකට ගෙවන්න සහ ඒ වගේම එයාගේ දෙමව්පියන්ට සහ සහෝදරිය බලා ගන්න එයාට එහෙම එයාගේ ආයතනයේ දැන් ආදායම නැති වුණාට ආයතනය පවත්වාගෙන යන්න ඕනේනේ. සේවකයින්ට ආයතනයක් අතාරින්න පුළුවන් වුණාට ව්‍යවසායිකාවක්ට ආයතනයක් අතාරින්න බැහැනේ. ඉතින් එතකොට එයා අලුතෙන් පොතක් අලුත් ක්‍රමයක් හොයාගත්තා එයාගේ මුදල් ගෙවන්න. එතකොට එයා පොතක් පොතක් ජින් කිව්වා වගේ එයා පොතක් පබ්ලිෂ් කරනවා. පොතක් පබ්ලිෂ් කරලා ඒක ගොඩක් කොපීස් මේ වෙනකොට විකිනිලා තියෙනවා. ඒ සල්ලි වලින් තමයි එයාගේ ආයතනයේ සහ දෙමව්පියන් සහ ඒ වගේම එයාගේ PhD එකේ වැඩ කටයුතු කරගත්තේ. ඉතින් ඊට පස්සේ ඒ වගේම තමයි එයා කතාවිදි කිව්වා වගේ ආයතන 3කට ආයෝජනය කරලා තියෙනවා. සේරම බිත්තර ටික එක බාස්කට් එකකට දාගන්න තු විවිධ දේවල් වලට එයා ආයෝජනය කරලා තියෙනවා. ඉතින් මේ වගේ ඒ වගේම තමයි අර ජින් කිව්වා වගේ මම යාට කිව්වා මේ ඔය පොත් කියවනවට අමතරව එයා ගොඩක් විනෝදයට සහ එයාගේ ජීවිතේ සමාජානුයෝජනයට එයා දේවල් කරනවා. ඉතින් මං කිව්වා ඒ ගැනත් පොඩ්ඩක් කතා කරන්න කියලා. ඒ මොකද අපි දන්න විදිහට අර හැම වීකෙන්ඩ් එකකම හැම සතියන්තයකම තමන්ගේ වැඩ කොච්චර තිබුණත් තමන්ගේ ජීවිතේ සමාජයත් එක්ක තමන්ගේ විනෝදය වෙනුවෙන් තමන්ගේ සතුට වෙනුවෙන් දේවල් කරන්න ජින් පසුබට වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ වගේම තමයි යාගේ ප්‍රතිරූපය ගැන යාව කොහොමද සමාජයේ ඉස්සරහ නිරූපණය කරන්න කියන එක ගැන ගොඩක් සැලකිලිමත්. එයා කියන්නේ මම ව්‍යවසායිකාවක්, මට ප්‍රශ්න තිබුණාට මට ඒ ප්‍රශ්න එළියට දාලා මිනිස්සුන්ට මාව ඒ විදිහට පෙන්වන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. මගේ ප්‍රතිරූපය කියන එක මගේ ව්‍යාපාරයේ අනාගතයටත් ගොඩක් වැදගත් කියලා. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා එයා ගැන අර අපි කියන්නේ self care කියලා. එයා ගැන ඉතාමත් සැලකිලිමත්. එයා අනිත් අය ගැන එයාගේ යාළුවෙක්ට උදව්වක් ඕන නැත්නම් එයා විදිහට උදව් කරනවා. එයාගේ දෙමව්පියන්ව බලා ගන්නවා. ඉතින් ඒ හැම එකක් එක්කලම ගත්තාම අර ජින් කියපු දේවල් එක්ක තව එයා නොකියපු දේවලුත් එයාගේ කතාව ඇතුලේ තියෙනවා. එයාගේ ඊමේල් ඇඩ්‍රස් එකත් ඔයාලට දුන්න නිසා අවශ්‍ය නම් එයාව අනාගතේ සම්බන්ධ කරගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක තමයි මට කෙටියෙන් කියන්න තියෙන්නේ. කේෂ්.
Great. I hope Kaushalya, your thoughts on Jing and her life as one of her closest contacts has increased the depth of what Jing shared with us all tonight. Thank you, Kaushalya, for introducing Jing to us and for this contribution throughout the organizing process and tonight.
Thank you so much.
Hari Kaushi. With that, since the time we have taken from Jing is reaching to its last few minutes, we have to close the question and answer session for now. Anyway, we really appreciate your kind cooperation and giving that value towards Jing. As a final note, life is not to give up. Just find the reason for not to give up. Search the opportunities around and choose the one or ones which can give you adventurous life is waiting for you and me. And further, our special thanks tonight should go to Mr. Sudhira Jayavira, the Director of the Small Entrepreneur Development Unit and its staff as a whole, for the support given for the promotional campaign. Once again, thank you to our guest speaker tonight, Jing Chen from China, and to our enthusiastic, energetic audience who joined with us to realize the real meaning of arranging this session. Let's meet once again in another day. Until then, stay safe and dare to do.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Jin. Thank you.